Happy Wednesday. Or, maybe I should be saying, welcome to the future.
I think that's more fitting.
It's officially January 21st, 2026. We've made it through the holidays, survived the start of the new year, but as of yesterday, we have crossed a major cosmic threshold.
We have. We are officially in Aquarius season. The vibe has definitely shifted.
Oh, it has. Which means if you woke up this morning with this, sudden, unexplainable urge to dye your hair neon blue, or maybe overthrow a small government, or, I don't know, invent a flying car with spare parts from your toaster.
Then you're right on schedule.
We were totally on schedule. Congratulations.
They're tuning into the frequency. It's such a distinct time of year where the energy just moves from that structured, serious Capricorn vibe into something a little more electric.
Electric is the perfect word. So today we're doing a deep dive into the Aquarius.
Yeah.
And I want to be clear right up front. This is not just for people born between, Jan 20th and Feb 18th.
Absolutely not. If you're a Leo or a Scorpio, do not tune out.
Absolutely don't.
We're looking at the archetype, the personality. Everyone has this energy somewhere in their chart. Or you definitely have an Aquarius in your life. That friend, that boss.
That one friend who refuses to wear matching socks. On principle.
Yes. This is about understanding the energy of the thinker, the innovator, and the rebel.
Exactly. So our mission today is to decode the mystery. We've got a whole stack of research here, and we are going to unpack why they are the way they are. And we're going to do a vocabulary session to really pin down the words that define them.
Oh, I love that approach, because we throw around words like eccentric or aloof, but we don't really stop to ask why those traits are there.
Right. And with Aquarius, it's all about the nuance.
So much nuance.
Okay, but before we get to the vocabulary, we have to address the absolute biggest point of confusion. The elephant in the room.
The elemental trap. It's a classic.
It is. So the sign is called Aquarius. It starts with aqua. The symbol is a person holding a giant jug of water. My brain.
Go straight to water sign.
Immediately. It just seems so logical, like Pisces or Scorpio.
It is the single most common misconception in all of astrology. But despite the name, despite the symbol, despite everything, Aquarius is 100% an air sign.
Okay, make it make sense. That feels like a cosmic prank.
It really does, doesn't it? But you have to think about the Zodiac families. Water signs, that's your Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They're all about immersion, emotion, intuition.
They feel everything. They're the ones who cry at commercials.
Broadly, yes, they navigate with their gut. But air signs, that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And air is all about the intellect.
Yeah.
It's about ideas, communication, social dynamics. It's the mind. It's not about feeling the water. It's about getting that bird's eye view from the sky.
So when we say Aquarius is an air sign, we're basically saying they live in the penthouse of their own minds.
Precisely. They are the thinkers. If a water sign navigates by how they feel, an Aquarius navigates by what they think. They're always analyzing, processing.
That explains so much about a friend of mine. If I'm upset, like crying about a breakup, they don't get in the mud with me emotionally. They just offer a solution.
They'll try to solve the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just hug me. And they're like, but I have a spreadsheet that proves why he was statistically wrong for you.
That is peak air sign energy. It's not that they don't have emotion. We'll get to that. But their first filter is logic.
Which I guess is helpful. Eventually.
Exactly. It's perspective.
Okay, so they're the intellectuals, the satellites analyzing the data. So now let's get into this vocabulary session. I want to pin this personality down. I've got 7 words here from our sources.
I'm ready. Let's decode.
All right, word number 1 is independent. And the definition is not needing help or control from others. But it feels deeper than that.
It is foundational. If you understand nothing else about an Aquarius, understand this. They have this fierce, almost aggressive need for autonomy.
The don't fence me in vibe.
That's it. They march to their own drum. It's not that they dislike people, but they have a visceral reaction to being managed or told what to do.
So if you give them step-by-step instructions,
their first instinct is to do the opposite, just to prove they can. It's about intellectual freedom. They need the space to think for themselves. If you put them in a box, they will break the box.
Which leads us perfectly into word number 2. Open-minded, willing to consider different ideas and opinions.
This is where that air element just shines. Because they're so intellectual, they are naturally curious. They're not threatened by difference. They're fascinated by it.
They feel like the least judgmental sign, in a way.
I think so.
Like you could tell an Aquarius, I'm quitting my job as a lawyer to become a professional unicycle rider, and a Virgo might panic about your 401k.
But an Aquarius would just go, huh, Interesting. Tell me more about the unicycle industry. Is there a subculture?
Yes, they treat people like research subjects, but in the best possible way. They're fascinated by the novelty of it all.
And they usually prefer the strange and different because, normal is boring.
Which brings us to number 3, innovative. Introducing new ideas or methods.
The innovator. This is why you see them in tech, in science, in social reform. They have this knack for looking at a problem everyone's been complaining about.
Like the lion at the DMV.
Exactly. And they'll just say, well, why don't we just do it this completely other way? They're the life hack generators of the Zodiac.
I feel like in a zombie apocalypse, you want an Aquarius on your team. Not for the fighting, but because they'll figure out how to power a generator with a potato and some lemon juice.
They have that MacGyver energy, for sure.
Okay, number 4 feels big. Visionary. Having strong ideas about the future.
This is the hallmark. This is why we call them the architect of the future.
It sounds a little heavy, though, doesn't it? Like they're walking around with a crystal ball.
It's less about fortune-telling and more about pattern recognition. They just see the big picture. While the rest of us are worried about dinner, they're thinking about where society is headed in 10 years.
So they're playing 4D chess while we're all playing checkers.
Sometimes, yeah. And that's why they can seem a bit detached from the present, but it's a superpower. They live in the what if.
I love that. But let's flip the coin. Because word number 5 is unpredictable. Not easy to guess or understand.
Ah, the wild card.
You just never know what they're going to do next. And sometimes it's exhausting.
It can be. But for them, being predictable is like death. It means stagnation. So they'll suddenly change careers or their look or their entire belief system.
And their friends are just like, hey, where's Dave? Oh, Dave sold his house and moved to a yurt in Mongolia yesterday. Didn't you know?
Exactly. To them, it's totally logical. To everyone else, it's chaos.
Okay, now this next one gets them in trouble, I think, especially in relationships. Number 6, aloof. Seeming distant or emotionally detached.
This is the shadow side of being an air sign.
It just sounds so cold, like they don't care.
And that's a misunderstanding. They aren't cold. They are just lost in thought. Remember, they live in their heads.
So it's not personal.
Not at all. The conversation inside their own head is just really, really loud and interesting. They're solving a problem or daydreaming about the future. It's a defense mechanism, too, to protect that independence.
But then, and this is the paradox that breaks my brain, we have word number 7, humanitarian. Caring about the well-being of others.
The great Aquarius paradox.
So they're aloof and bad at texting back, but they care deeply about humanity. How does that work?
They love humanity as a concept, the collective. They're the ones volunteering, starting nonprofits, fighting for social justice. They want what's best for the group.
But they might forget your birthday.
Exactly. They'll save the whales but might seem checked out on a dinner date. It's macro-empathy versus micro-empathy. They focus on the big picture.
That is such a crucial distinction. Okay, let's circle back to that symbol then. We established they're an air sign, so why the water bearer?
You have to visualize it. It's a person pouring a stream of water. That water isn't emotion. It's knowledge, wisdom, truth.
Oh, so they're not pouring feelings, they're pouring data.
They're pouring consciousness. They gather ideas from the ether, the air, and pour it down to humanity to help us grow. It's the flow of information.
And that connects right to their ruling planet, doesn't it? We have to talk about Uranus.
We do. In modern astrology, Uranus rules Aquarius. And Uranus is objectively the weirdest planet.
It's the one that spins on its side.
Literally. It just rolls around the sun. It's the physical odd one out.
That is too perfect. The ruling planet is doing a cartwheel.
It makes complete sense. Uranus is the planet of sudden change, revolution, originality, technology. It's lightning strikes. It's the aha moment.
Which is why they're so drawn to futuristic stuff.
They're wired by their planet to look forward. They're agents of disruption.
Let's talk about how this shows up socially. You said they're better at friendship than romance. Why is that?
Because for an Aquarius, the ideal relationship is a meeting of the minds. They want a partner who's their best friend first. They bond through shared visions, not just sweet nothings.
So skip the flowers and send them a documentary instead.
Or debate a conspiracy theory with them. That mental stimulation is their love language. If you can't stimulate their mind, you probably won't hold their heart.
Good tip. Skip the roses, bring the white paper. And we can't ignore that rebel with a cause label.
Right. It goes back to that open-mindedness. If an Aquarius sees a rule, their first instinct is, does this actually make sense?
And if the answer is no, but that's how we've always done it.
That is the worst possible answer you can give them. It's physically painful. They hate tradition for tradition's sake. They want to dismantle outdated systems.
To make things better for everyone.
Exactly. They don't rebel just to be difficult. They rebel to make things better. We've got a list of famous Aquarians here, and I feel like they really prove these points. We've got Oprah Winfrey, Jennifer Aniston, Ellen DeGeneres, and Rosé from Blackpink.
It's a powerhouse list.
Oprah feels like the ultimate example of that humanitarian and visionary mix.
Absolutely. Think about her career. She literally played the role of the water bearer, pouring out wisdom and life advice to millions. She created a community. But she's always maintained this incredibly strong, independent identity.
Yeah, she's the queen of her own empire. And then you have someone like Rosé from Blackpink. K-pop is such a controlled industry, right? Very precise. Yet she stands out as having this unique kind of rebellious vibe.
And that's the Aquarian struggle and triumph maintaining individuality within a group. Rosé has that distinct voice, that style. Even in a massive collaborative machine, the Aquarius manages to be the weirdo in the best way.
And Jennifer Aniston. America's sweetheart, but she's also so private and has always charted her own path no matter what the media wanted.
Don't fence me in.
Yeah.
She lived her life completely on her own terms.
Okay, so we know who they are.
It really is a powerhouse list. Okay, so this is January 21st, 2026. We have to look at the forecast. What's the year look like for our Aquarian friends right now?
Well, according to our sources, 2026 is shaping up to be a massive year for them. The key word is transformation.
Ooh, is this a get a new haircut transformation or a burn it all down one?
It's more of a manifestation transformation. All those forward-thinking ideas they've had brewing. This is the year they finally take shape and become reality.
Less dreaming, more doing.
Exactly. The forecast points to collaboration, which is big for them. They're being asked to work on meaningful projects with other people.
Learning to play well with others.
Right. And there's also a note about introspection. They'll be reviewing what truly matters, which is going to lead to a lot of clarity.
So if you're an Aquarius listening, this is your green light. Build the weird thing.
Absolutely. It's a year of impact. Your originality is your greatest asset. Don't hide the weirdness. Monetize it.
I love that. Don't hide the weirdness. Monetize it.
That needs to be on a t-shirt.
It's the slogan for the age of Aquarius.
I saw a little sample dialogue in our research that I think just sums them up perfectly. You want to try it?
Let's do it. I'll be the Aquarius.
Okay. So, what's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aquarius. You know, the one that's always daydreaming or inventing something weird.
Because you're the creative rebel type. Exactly. We like to think outside the box.
It's short, but it nails it. Inventing something weird.
And being proud of it. They know the daydreaming is where the gold is.
So as we wrap this up, what's the core takeaway? What can we all learn from the water bearer?
I think the lesson of Aquarius is that being different isn't a weakness, it's a gift. In a world that wants us all to conform, Aquarius reminds us that progress only happens when someone is brave enough to stand out.
The bravery to just ask why.
It is. Stay curious. Question everything.
That's something we can all apply. We could all stand to be a little more visionary.
True originality just comes from being yourself.
Yeah.
It sounds cliche, but for an Aquarius, it's a survival mechanism. And for the rest of us, it's a goal.
Well, on that note, I think I'm going to go look up how to build that flying car. Or at least reorganize my kitchen cabinets based on a sudden epiphany.
I support that. The future starts in the kitchen.
Thank you for listening to this deep dive.
Whoa.
Go out there, embrace your inner weirdo, and we will catch you in the next one.
Go invent the future.
Bye.